My little brother's fiancé came over to meet us today. Our relatives gathered, and we were all looking forward to meeting this new addition to the family. But you're trash in this society, having your little brother feed you? She straight up criticized me to my face. I always wished for my brother's happiness, but hearing that from his fiancé hit me hard. However, her comment shed light on the authentic emotions concealed within my brother's heart. I'm Sylvia Gibson. My little brother Tristan and I have a whopping 14-year age gap. Because of that difference, I've been taking care of him since he was born, along with our mom. We used to be a tight-knit family of 4. Mom, Dad, Tristan, and me. But one day, a tragedy struck our happy family. I was 18 at the time and we were out shopping. On the way back, the tire of the car blew out and we crashed hard into a wall. That accident took away our dad, who was driving, and Mom, who was in the passenger seat. I ended up with a lasting injury on my legs from being trapped in the back seat. Luckily, Tristan, who was sitting next to me, came out miraculously unscathed. Our real tragedy began from there. With our parents gone, it was just the 2 of us trying to make a life. Sure, we got support from our grandma and relatives, but we didn't want to leave the house we shared with our parents. It was a strong wish we both had. I was about to graduate from high school, and I thought if I worked instead of going to college, I could support our life. So, I decided to give it a shot. However, reality hit hard. Life wasn't easy with my mobility limitations from the leg injuries, and my job options were limited. Despite the challenges, I pushed through, working hard at the job I could manage and taking care of Tristan. Since I wasn't able to go to college, I had a deep desire for him to get a degree. Hence, I worked relentlessly toward that goal every day. It was tough, but being able to watch him grow was my motivation and encouragement. Eventually, he made it to college. After graduating, he found a job and stepped into the real world. I'll never forget the image of him in a suit, confidently leaving for his first day at work. And as time passed, I've aged before I knew it and hit 40 last month. Even now, Tristan and I still live together. Since he started working, he's been contributing to the household finances. Every single month, when I see he made the transfer without fail, I can't help but be impressed. He's now in his 3rd year in the workforce and has turned 26. Just when I presumed he had gotten the hang of the job, he revealed something unexpected.
Listen, Sylvia, I asked my girlfriend to marry me.
All shy and embarrassed, he spilled the beans and wanted to introduce his fiancée to me. My heart swelled with joy as I listened to him. I thought he had matured into a good man and was super excited to meet her.
She's gorgeous. It was love at first sight for me. She finally said yes after my pursuit.
I never knew he had that passionate side to him, which was quite surprising for me. As he spoke fervently, I found it adorable more than anything, and a smile naturally spread across my face.
We're thinking about the wedding once we've saved up some money. For now, We're considering getting the paperwork done and moving in together.
Well, if you say so, I have no objection. You should introduce her to Grandma and Uncle Jason too. He agrees with my suggestion. They were the relatives we had been most indebted to. I promptly contacted Grandma and Uncle, who were just as delighted.
Wow, he's getting married already. That's great news. It's all thanks to your hard work, Sylvia. Congratulations.
I expressed my heartfelt gratitude for their blessings in return. We couldn't make it without your support. Thank you so much. I unintentionally choked up with tears, remembering how they had silently supported us, respecting our desire to live on our own in the family home. So, of course, we wanted to invite them to meet his fiancée. I tried to picture what kind of person she was. Given his enthusiastic pursuit, I had no doubt she was a wonderful girl. At that time, I was eagerly looking forward to meeting her without any doubts. The big day's finally here. Grandma and Uncle Jason are over, eagerly waiting for Tristan's fiancée. Can't believe he's getting married. I wonder what she's like. Grandma squints her eyes with a delighted smile, and Uncle Jason chimes in.
He's always been the type to go all out for his partner. I hope he didn't fall for some troublemaker.
True. He has had this habit since forever, going all out for someone he's into. Initially, the other person is happy about it, but eventually, they start taking it for granted. Things either end with him getting dumped or he fades out. I can't help but nod in agreement with him. As long as he's happy, I guess it's all good, but... Just as I'm pondering, there's a sound of the front door opening.
Hey guys, we're here.
Heading to the entrance to greet them, I find a beautiful girl standing next to Tristan. Her name is Lou, 4 years older than him. She's got this elegant figure, and I couldn't help but think she's way too good for him. But then, an alarm goes off inside me when we greet.
Lou, this is my sister, Sylvia.
Oh, hi! First time meeting, and the first word to her fiancé's sister is a casual, hi. A bit puzzled, I respond with a smile. Nice to meet you. I'm glad you came. Please come inside. There are Grandma and Uncle, so I assume she's a bit nervous. Giving her the benefit of the doubt, I guide them to the living room. As we talk, I figure out why I felt alarmed by her earlier. She's not exactly the friendliest person. Tristan's always been a bit absent-minded, you know? Hope he hasn't been causing you any trouble. Not really. With the relatives here today, maybe you're feeling a bit nervous? No. She responds with just a couple of words to my attempts at conversation. Most people would put on a smile and act friendly in a situation like this, but she maintains a sullen expression throughout. I initially thought she might be nervous, but she's remained the same. So trying to ease her tension, I dropped the serious talk and tried to make some small talk. Is there something you really enjoy doing? I asked her, trying to lighten up the mood. Huh? She answers me with a sigh, and then suddenly stands up. There's something I've been wanting to say to you. As I'm flabbergasted by her sudden confrontation, she says something even more unbelievable next. You rely financially on your little brother because of your disability, right? Living off him? You're just trash in this society. She exclaims loudly, freezing me, Tristan, Grandma, and Uncle Jason. It feels like time stood still, and everyone's just gaping at her like, what the heck did she just say? I'm trash in this society. Sure, maybe I've caused some inconveniences with my disability, but I've done what I could do. And now I am the... I glared at her, holding back my rage. Tristan speaks up first in this tense situation.
Lou, what are you saying? You know she's a business owner.
To see him suppressing his anger is something out of the ordinary. He rarely got mad at others. But Lou wouldn't let up. A business owner? Well, if you're running a business, it's not going well, is it? After all, you're taking money from him every month. It's weird to do that at your age.
I won't let anyone, even you, criticize my sister.
You don't get it. You keep giving your money away. That's why we can't even have a wedding. As I'm about to calm the heated situation, Grandma speaks up before me.
Tristan, Lou, why don't you calm down a bit?
With her gentle expression, they start to regain some composure.
We came here to celebrate you too, so stop fighting.
Uncle Jason follows, and both of them fall silent.
Lou, do you know the history of Sylvia and Tristan?
I've heard a bit.
All right. Maybe I should tell you again. Listen up.
Grandma begins recounting the story. She talks about the time our parents passed away, when Tristan was 4, and my legs were injured at the same time. How I've been taking care of and supporting him since then. When she finishes, Lou turns to her with a question. So, why didn't you guys lend a hand? I've heard they didn't want to leave this house, but come on. Living just the two of them wasn't realistic. She bites Grandma with her words, and the tone of her voice infuriates me. Grandma glances at Uncle Jason and surprisingly puts a smile on her face. Well, that might be the usual way of things. But you see, we saw their seriousness in their eyes, so we decided to watch over them. At this moment, I've come to know how she felt back then for the first time. Then, Uncle Jason takes over.
Of course, we were worried sick about these kids. We tried reaching out to help multiple times, but their determination to live on their own was incredibly strong. Eventually, we decided to watch over them from a bit of a distance, just in case they needed help.
Both Grandma and Uncle Jason did exactly that with so much love and compassion. Thanks to them, we've made it this far.
Sylvia worked hard at her job for Tristan after graduating high school. She worked so diligently that you wouldn't have even noticed her disability. I can still see it clearly in my mind.
Uncle Jason nods along.
Yeah, thanks to her, Tristan was able to go to college.
And then, Lou throws another question. I get that she worked hard to raise him, but what's it got to do with taking money? Regardless of her tone, Grandma calmly responds without getting upset.
As Tristan mentioned earlier, she's a business owner. She's not struggling for money at all.
Have you heard about that patisserie that's often featured in magazines? Grandma spreads out pamphlets from the shop on the table. Lou looks at it with a puzzled expression. Yeah? I know about it, but what's the point? Then, with a slightly pleased expression, Grandma says, She's been running this shop. What? The shop that hired me after high school was initially a small cake shop in my hometown. The cakes were delicious, and I wanted more people to know about them. So I revamped the website, asked influencers and bloggers for a collab, and actively promoted it. Gradually, it gained popularity, which led to expansion. Now we have 10 stores nationwide. 2 years ago, the owner fell ill and I was appointed as the new CEO. It's been hectic, but I'm feeling fulfilled. So, you see, maybe it's unnecessary to say this again, but Sylvia isn't struggling for money. Having learned my true identity, Lou seems thoroughly deflated. Then Tristan speaks up.
Lou, the money is something I'm forcefully giving to my sister.
She looks at him confused.
It's only natural for me to be grateful to my sister, who raised me in place of our parents. She gave up going to college for my sake and has been living for me. To express that gratitude, I'm repaying not just in words but also my expenses.
This is the second time I hear this from him. The first time was when I declined after he mentioned paying me back. Back then, he awkwardly and forcefully insisted that I accept the money. Today, I feel a special warmth in his speech. I can sense his genuine gratitude towards me, and it warms my heart.
I didn't expect to hear something like this coming out of your mouth, here of all places today. I just wanted to introduce you to my sister and relatives as my fiancé.
Because you don't seem so well off, even though you're working at a good company. She blurts out her true feelings. I instinctively put my hand on my forehead. Oh no, he did it again. It seems I'm not the only one who feels this way. Grandma and Uncle Jason roll their eyes. In other words, he still needs to develop a keen eye for women. Sensing our unspoken thoughts, he tells Lou,
Sorry, but let's just forget about us. We'll call off engagement at this time.
So Tristan and Lou soon parted ways. Her appearance was stunning for sure, but her behavior when we first met, and the way she insulted me, didn't make me want to become a family with her.
I really don't have a good eye for these things.
Tristan mumbles and lets out a sigh of despair. Comforting him is a bit challenging. You're only 26. Why rush into a marriage so soon?
Well, I thought about getting married because I wanted to free you.
What?
You've always put me first, you know. I've felt that, and I'm truly grateful. But I want you to start thinking about your own happiness.
So he was rushing into marriage out of concern for me. Realizing his honest feelings, my eyes tear up. I tussle his hair to distract myself from being emotional. Anyhow, you need to improve your judgment of people, but thanks.
Of course, I always wish for your happiness.
What he tells me makes me feel like all the struggles I've been through are finally paying off. Reflecting on my life, it's indeed been centered around him. Since our parents passed away, I've been relentless in my dedication to work, avoiding any troubles for him and concerns for our relatives. My own love life, interests, and leisure activities were all put on hold. There were tough times, moments when I wondered why it was only me. Because of the incident, I feel like I can finally put an end to all that. Lou's thoughtless words led me to finally understand his genuine sentiments towards me. From now on, I'm not going to focus on only work, but also consider my own happiness and enrich my personal life. Even if something happens to me, instead of taking it negatively, I'll choose to view it positively, believing that embracing a positive mindset will lead to a brighter future. It's not just about me. It will also contribute to Tristan's happiness. From now on, I'm determined to enjoy my life more than anyone else.